not the most eventful episode of Raw on Monday. Honestly, overall, it was a pretty boring fucking show. They spent a lot of the show in the poker room, which had potential, and I didn't think the segments were bad. Some of the moments were pretty funny. It was something out of the ordinary for Raw, the JBL Poker Invitational. It led to 2 matches in the ring that really didn't have much consequence, that being the OC against Corbin and Alpha Academy. I mean, it was well wrestled, but did anyone really give a shit? No. They had Dominic versus Akira come from that. Fine, again, it was whatever. No one really cared. They did Theory and Ali for the United States Championship. Again, who gives a shit? Dolph Ziggler's back. Can you possibly muster up enough shit, Mr. Marceau? Possibly muster up enough excitement or interest for yet another Dolph Ziggler return? And I get why he's going after Theory. I mean, the last time we saw Ziggler on the show, and a lot of people probably forget, was when Theory failed to cash in the following week. He went after Dolph in their match. He got DQ'd intentionally, Theory did, and beat the shit out of Dolph, and we haven't seen Dolph since. And he was gone for 2 or 3 weeks, which isn't very long. So he wants revenge, cool. I really just don't give a shit. I would rather they just focus on Rollins or whoever in the U.S. title picture and don't muddy the waters with Ali, who's booked like a complete loser, and Ziggler as well. I just feel like that's a total waste.
No, I mean, I see, I don't know, maybe because I just watched 8 to 10. I honestly didn't hate Raw. I said it to my dad. He's like, yeah, I didn't think Raw was that good. I was like, I only watch 8 to 10 normally, and then catch on video and everything else. So I honestly didn't think it was that bad of a show. I mean, if I watched through 11, I think I'd probably be like you and be like, oh, slogged on. I actually didn't mind 8 to 10. I thought it was a fine show. Like you said, I mean, Ali getting another title shot. How many title shots is this guy going to get? He hasn't won any. That's another thing. It's like he's getting title shots. He loses every match he has. But then Bobby and Seth have to face each other for a title shot. Why don't they just get a free one?
Exactly.
I don't know. It's stuff like that I hate. And just Ali's lost so many times and loses again here. Can we just move on from Ali? Ziggler, I get it because, like you said, he was the one that got beat up by Theory. So, I mean, he's gonna get it. He's gonna get his comeback back, or he's gonna get
his comeuppance. Yeah.
Try to give Theory's comeuppance, but I just don't like when they start intertwining different stories. It just seems like you said, it's muddying the waters. We know it's going to be Bobby and Seth, but then they bring in Ali for a title shot. We know he's not going to win because there's other things going on. And then Ziggler's back. Is he going to face Theory after? It just, I don't know. It muddies the waters, like you said. It just I don't like that. I think it's kind of sloppy storytelling and booking just to get people on the show. But, I mean, Theory winning here, not a big deal. The poker stuff was fine. Like you said, OC and
Corbin and Alpha Academy, yeah.
Yeah, who cares? I mean, I like the Alpha Academy, but they win 2 weeks in a row, and now they can't fucking sniff a win. OC, I mean, does anyone care?
I don't, honestly, not right now.
I mean, Molly cared when they came back. They've literally done nothing with them. All they've done is lose the Judgment Day. I just don't care at this point. I thought the beginning of the show was good with the Bloodline and stuff. The triple threats were fun, I thought. But like I said, it wasn't the most newsworthy show. But, I mean, I don't think it was the worst show I've ever seen. But I definitely understand that the 3 hours is really what it drops off.
It is, yeah.
It just, I feel like the third hour, just getting to the third hour, that's what's just random stuff to fill time. I thought the poker stuff was decent, but I don't know. I really hope, I mean, I don't think it's going to ever happen, but I'm hoping when the contracts come up, they can find some fucking way to get Raw down to 2 hours. The third hour is just so brutal. It's a clear difference between SmackDown and Raw. SmackDown's so easy to breeze through. Raw is just a slog at some points. Like you said, I think they do have some decent stuff in the first 2 hours, but they also have some fodder in there just to kind of keep the show going.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, you'd want to have more impactful stuff, but the third hour is killer. I feel like if you took the show on Monday and you just scaled it to 2 hours, it would have been a lot more. It would have been a lot more enjoyable show.
I agree. That's exactly it. I've always said, and you have always said as well, I think it would be better as a 2 hour show. That's not an unpopular opinion. A lot of people would agree. I've noticed the trend in recent weeks where the first hour is typically great. I think the first hour last week was fantastic. They had Becky come back, and they did the Judgment Day stuff, and they did Mia and Rhea, and then the Owens and Bloodline segment. It was excellent. This week, same thing. Similarly, they had the first women's triple threat match. They had the tag team title match as well, which we'll talk about in a second. It was a very good first hour. The second hour is okay. And the third hour, again, the matches I just mentioned, Tozawa and Dominic, and then the OC six-man tag, were all in the third hour. And it didn't help that the second women's triple threat for whatever reason, was absolutely awful. It just was not a good match at all. I'm not really sure why, because all three women are good to great, so that was very surprising, which we'll get into. But yeah, the third hour has got to go. Triple H has publicly expressed interest in making the show 2 hours before. Not since he took over. This was years ago. He said it on Stone Cold's podcast a long time ago, like in 2015. Like, I think the show would be better manageable as 2 hours, or we try our best with 3, whatever, but 2 would be ideal. So I don't know. Maybe there is something they can do to make it 2 hours again, because the ratings are in the toilet anyway, so it wouldn't hurt. But yeah, I don't know. Any excitement or any real buzz that Triple H brought back to Raw when he took over, I don't want to say it's completely gone, because the show is better now, definitely. I mean, that's not even a question, with Triple H in charge than when Vince was in charge even 6 months ago. But at the same time, though, I do think that they need to do a better job of making that third hour more interesting or more exciting, and not making it feel like a total slog, like you said.